Let's consider this examination question. It says write 124 as a product of its prime factors. Now, the first thing we need to do is to write down the 124. And now I am going to ask, what two numbers multiplied together will give me 124? Well, I can think of 2 and 62. If you multiply 2 by 62, you'll get 124. We now inspect the numbers, and I'm going to look to the 2 first, and I can see that that is an example of a prime number. And you can see I've circled it because it is a prime number. Now, what we're looking at here is the beginning of a factor tree. And like all trees, they have branches. So the 2 is at the end of a branch, which I'm showing here with the dotted line. That means I needn't consider the 2 any further. But I can turn my attention to the 62 and ask the question, what two numbers multiplied together will give me 62? And I can see that I have 2 and 31. I now consider the 2 and I can see that that is prime. So this branch of the factor tree comes to an end. Looking at the 31, it too is prime. So this branch comes to an end. Once there is a prime number at the end of every branch, we know we've completed the factor tree. And we can see we have 2 2s and the 31, all of which are examples of prime numbers. So in order to use this technique, you need to know your prime numbers. Coming into view are all the prime numbers from 2 up to 97. I recommend that you memorize these prime numbers. It'll make your life easy in the long run when you're answering questions on examination papers. It's relatively straightforward to work out whether a number is prime or not, but memorizing these is an aid when you're working with things like factor trees. Having identified the prime numbers from the use of a factor tree, I'm now going to bring all the primes to one side, as you can see. We now multiply together the prime numbers we have found, and this constitutes the prime factors of 124. Because we can see that 2 times 2 times 31 gives us 124. Now 2 times 2 can be written as 2 squared, so that's what I'll do. I'll place 2 squared here. And then, of course, I simply multiply this by the 31, as you can see it coming down. So the answer is going to be this. 124 can be written as 2 squared times 31. So 124 equals 2 squared times 31. I could have equally put this answer here instead of this one, but I've chosen to go with the answer pointed to by the arrow. So 124 as a product of its prime factors is shown here.